Holy Father, during your papacy, we have witnessed your compassion for people who are on the edge of our society, for people who have not shared in our relative prosperity, and for people and families who have slipped through the net. And your visit to the Capuchin Day Centre today reminds us of the enormous work that we still have to do to ensure that the promise of the New Testament is fulfilled, that we rejoice with truth, always protect, always trust, always hope, always persevere, and never fail. At times in the past, we have failed, and there are dark aspects of the Catholic Church's history, as one of your bishops recently said. And we think of the words of the Psalm, which tell us that children are a heritage from the Lord. And we remember the failures of church and state and wider society, and how they created a bitter and broken heritage for so many people, leaving a legacy of pain and suffering. This is a shared history of sorrow and shame. People kept in dark corners, behind closed doors, cries for help that went unheard. And these wounds are still open, and there is much to be done to bring about justice and truth and healing for the victims and survivors. Holy Father, we ask that you use your office and influence to ensure that this is done here in Ireland and also around the world. In recent weeks, we've all listened to the heartbreaking stories from Pennsylvania of the unspeakable crimes perpetrated by people within the Church and then obscured to protect the institution. It's a story that was all too tragically familiar to those of us here in Ireland. As you've said, there can only be zero tolerance for those who abuse children or facilitate that abuse. And we must now ensure that from words flow actions. Above all, Holy Father, we ask that you listen to the victims and survivors, and we know that you will do that, and that you will bring to it the attributes of compassion and humility and honesty that we all here feel that you embody as Pontiff.